everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you found us. Today we are going to talk about using paper dolls or figures in, whether it's an art journal, a junk journal, a mixed media piece, whatever you're making, cards. We're going to talk about how to use them and some affordable options. So come with me and let's get started. So one option for dolls, paper dolls, vintage images is always Tim Holtz, and he is a terrific option. But maybe this isn't available to you, maybe this isn't in your budget, maybe you want something different, and that's fine. I may give you some options. One of the first options is photographs themselves, old photos. You can pick these up in, the little antique strip mall places, in thrift shops, in estate sales, garage sales. So old photographs, they're always an option, and you can use them however you want. You can put them in journals to sell. It just doesn't matter. Sometimes though, they're not in very good condition, but hold that thought. I will show you in a minute. Another option besides old photos is old patterns. Now these are old, so you could cut the images out and use them in your, like I said, your journals, your mixed media, whatever, your cards, if you're making cards, whatever you're making, these images can also be used. And you can get patterns for $1 at an estate sale. Sometimes you can get a whole box for $10. It just depends. Now another option is, of course, just looking on the internet and doing like Pinterest or something. But when you do that, you have to make sure the images are they're royalty free, that they're not copyrighted. Now, if you're doing it just for your personal self or a gift, it's okay to use, the images. But if you're going to sell it, I wouldn't do that. So you can find images like this to use in journals, like I said, for yourself or for gifts. And cut her out and cut all of these out, and you would have great paper doll figures like you do in the Tim Holtz collection, okay? And these are great options. You can also use your own family photos, make copies, and put your own family in your journal, especially if it's for you or other family members. I mean, they might get a kick out of seeing themselves as a paper doll. Now, there are some things you can do to these. Now, once you've decided what you're going to use, you can also do some things to spruce these up and make them more your own. And I'm going to start with the great picture that came in a box I bought a long time ago of old photographs. But it's really, as you can see, yellowed. There's a lot of damage to it, right? But I still want to use it because that's what we do. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see, but her feet are down at the bottom. I'm going to cut her feet, and I'm going to cut her out, but I'm going to cut her waist off, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And the picture is very brittle because it does have water damage, so you'll want to be careful. And I'm not cutting exactly around her because I do just getting the outline pretty much. So there, I've cut her out. Now I'm going to cut her feet off. And I'm going to make her more my own. She's going to become more my creation. Because that's the fun thing about using old photos. You can turn them more into paper dolls that you would have. So what I'm going to do is I've made her a little curvier, and I'm going to dress her. And this is a this is a great way to personalize, images that you want to use in your journal. You can have them match the colors you're using or whatever. Okay, so now there's her skirt. There's her skirt. I made her curvy because curves are good. And I'm going to put her feet down at the bottom just because I want it to look like a skirt and not like she's in a bag. We don't want her in a bag. We want her to have a new skirt. And you could, of course, use glue. I'm using tape because when I do these, I don't want to dawdle because I know your time is, your time is your time, right? Okay, so there she is with her skirt now. And now I can put her on my envelope. And she looks super cute, and see, she has her feet, her own skirt, and I personalized this envelope. You can do this with cards, with journal pages, or whatever. Well, maybe say you have an image like this, or a family member, and you like it, but it's kind of a little plain. So you want to add something to it. And then I'm going to put just a little lace. I want to give her a belt. So I'm going to add a little lace at her waist. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to measure. And these are something real simple. You don't have to have a lot of supplies to do these alterations. You don't have to have, you know, a lot of money. Like I said, you can buy a box of old photos at an estate sale. You can... There's a lot of options, you know, if funds are tight right now, which after, you know, this year they may be for a lot of people. Okay, then I'm going to put that at the smallest point because I want it to look like she's got a little tiny waist. And look. And now she has like a little belt, a wide belt, like a 60s, 70s kind of look going on. So these are ways that you can change up pictures with photographs like this. You can hear it, it's very sturdy. You can cut him out and he would just look like a Tim Holtz figure. These guys are super cute because they are in some sort of costume. So old photos are great. And of course, don't forget old patterns, magazines. There's tons of options. Just keep in mind where you got them from. Are they royalty free? Can you use them in a journal you're going to sell, or do they just need to be in journals that are going to be gifts? And do they need to be in journals that are going to be gifts or private? Anything like old patterns, old photos, definitely can go in journals you sell. Pictures off the internet, definitely go to royalty-free image sites. Don't just go to Pinterest. Don't be afraid to give a picture a twist or an update to make it your own, because that gives it character and it says you were here. So thank you for being here with me today. Be sure and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.